Hey, what's up, everybody? Here, Ted, with some bodies and wicks. How's everybody's day going? What a fun Sunday in the sun, huh? Well, actually, not for me. It's looking like it's about ready to start pouring here in a little bit. I don't like that look, but I think we're supposed to have rain all week here where I live. And I'm not telling you where I live because some of you freaks might try to come and find me. But anyway, yeah, what we're gonna go over today is I just went over Bitcoin a little bit ago. I guess I could do a real quick recap. I mean, Bitcoin's just been falling. It's been falling, and it hit an order block and also a fair value gap, and it went the other way, which is what I was kind of predicting as I was watching it. And but then it started falling again, so I'm not for sure. I would think it would actually start going back up right now, but like I said, it's Sunday, June 6th, 3:34 p.m. Central Time. So 4:35 now, for all you New Yorkers or Eastern people, whatever. And it'd be 1:35 for all you California and Seattle, Portland folk, whoever's watching. Yeah, I'm gonna go over Ethereum. Main reason is because everybody's wanting to know about Ethereum. And it is one of the top two. We probably need to know what is going on about it, so I'll just go ahead and head on over to the chart. So it'll be fairly quick because there wasn't a whole lot going on, and there's still not a whole lot going on, but at least there is something going on, All right, so let's check this out. And I'm just gonna go ahead and take myself out of here. That way I don't even show up on the charts. And there we go. Okay, so I think the last time I recorded was last Saturday. I think I recorded this one, which would have been way after this. So it didn't past May 31st. Around May 30th, so somewhere around in here, I want to say. I'm not for sure exactly what I was calling for, but I do know that this was all drawn on here still, so it looks like it came down. Oh, I think I may have put this as a low side liquidity pool, and it came in right at the right around the 62%. So it looks like it nailed the 62%, came back up, and then I noted some fair value gaps. Right now I'm in the hour, and these are our fair value gaps, if I am not mistaken. I'll get a little bit closer just to find out. Yep, these are our fair value gaps here. So if you don't know much about the terminology, you can go back to the first videos. If you don't know much about smart money theory, what it is basically we don't trade off trend lines. There's no such thing as channels, or there's no such thing as harmonics. We don't trade on harmonics. We don't do geometrical shapes, like we don't trade off triangles. We don't bull flags, no pennants, nothing like that. Everything like that is going to fake you out. That's what you're taught to believe. You're taught to believe that from the masters above that control this by algorithm, right? So this is all controlled by an algorithm. And a lot of people say, cryptocurrency is not that way. Well, yeah, it is. Not all cryptocurrencies, but most of the larger ones are very much so influenced by the algorithm, because it is somebody's ether, especially it is somebody's asset, They are not just going to give up control of that asset to just anybody and everybody. They're going to try to keep most of that asset of their own. So they run an algorithm, and they keep it that way. And the best way to tell is there's different things within the algorithm that we have caught over the years, the smart money theorists have, and I'll try to share them with you. So after we came down here and we had the low point, which caused the sell side liquidity, I actually started moving up from this point, and I used that as my Fibonacci bottom. It did reach all the way up to here. However, reaching up there did not break market structure. We still haven't broken market structure, so we still haven't gotten above this guy. So I still have a larger one in play, a larger Fibonacci in play. So just in case they kind of, double down or overlap or anything like that, we can kind of see what's going on. Just like this one, the 0 is pretty much the 62%, but that's about as much overlapping as we're going to get. Where the 50 is, the 79% here. But as we keep moving up, what I noticed today was that after we had 3 dips here, right, all in the same area, but it did not want to get through them for some reason, and I couldn't. As I was looking at it, there was a 1 hour fair value gap up here, but it didn't make sense because it was actually a lot higher than where we were at. And here I'll show you. The fair value gap was from here to here. So if you get it all the way across, you can see it's basically balanced at the fair value gap. So everything from around this point, that's why I put this balanced. Everything around this point is basically balanced because the fair value gap was created there, jumped down into it, pulled back up, hit this fair value gap. So I could include all of this over here too. It's pretty much balanced, but over here now, and even here too, there's all these little fair value gaps, dip down into them, then boom, went all the way through them, and boom, all the way through them. But then it kept hitting this area here and then pulling back out, in this area here and pulling back out. So I was like, this can't be the fair value gap, So I got rid of the fair value gap, and I finally found the answer, and it was over here. We have a breaker, right? So this is where you have a low, right? You have a low, a high, and then a lower low, and then the high candle, the high candle here is going to be your breaker. So that's going to act as your support and resistance. So as you can see, it actually did shoot through it, got to the top of it, and almost came back down. So it almost acts as a fair value gap, but just a little bit differently. Came back down, and then I found I looked even further inside, and there's a 5-minute fair value gap in the middle of this, in the middle of the breaker. So it came down, hit the 5-minute fair value gap, jumped back out, and so now that is what is acting as its support right now, is the breaker and this 5-minute fair value gap. It's just touched it, jumped into it, came back out, touched it, come into it, come back out, touched it, come into it, come back out. And as you can see, there was a breaker here, and that's what's pushed this last little bit down here. So comes up inside the breaker, pushed down. Of course, there was a breaker here, so that pushed it back up inside of here, pushed back down. So I see a lot of sideways action happening in Ethereum, and until we can get some news that's going to break it one way or another, I feel like it's just this, we could all throw our money at Ethereum right now, and it's still just going to go sideways. You know, there's that. I don't really think there's a whole lot that's going to not the what's the word I'm looking for, change the outlook of this algorithm until we get some kind of good news, or some kind of news that's going to come out of Ethereum. I've heard a couple of rumors. I'm not for sure if they're true or not, but I've heard that I'm just drawing a fair value gap there for you. Yeah, there's a 1 hour fair value gap way up here, so that would be something to aim for eventually. But also we have, you know, these highs here too. They're all straight across. Eventually, I have a feeling that it's gonna dip down into here. It may not, but it's got to get above these guys, just because these guys, there's so much liquidity being held right in here. So I mean, right here you got, just type it out just so everybody understands. Liquidity here. Here. So this is where everybody's buy stops are set. People buy stops set above these candles, and also their sell limits are set just below them. So this, or right around this area, is where a ton of liquidity is. So as soon as price comes near this area, it's going to flood the market with a lot of money. And so far, it looks like, you know, if people have sold, you know, they had made money. So eventually, if it comes up here and people start selling, and it turns around and goes the other way, boom, it's going to take the money from the, you know, the small guy, the retail trader, and, you know, put it in the big guy's pockets, because they're the ones controlling the algorithm. So I wouldn't bet on going short if it gets near here, right? I wouldn't bet on going short. I'd be trying to find some kind of, I don't know, maybe even some kind of order block, or I don't know, something like I think I said last time, the reason I didn't like this as, you know, a new jumping point for it to get above this liquidity was because it wasn't down in the area to where the institutions want it to be. Institutions, they want it to be, you know, down in these areas down here before they start, you know, accumulating longs. Reason being is because, you know, it's a discounted price, especially if they've caught it right here. You know, if they caught it right here, then, you know, down here they're in, you know, more bang for your buck. But, you know, there could be something up here that could happen, that could totally fake out a retail trader, and next thing you know, it's going north, and you know, your next look that you want to look for is going to be this fair value gap right here, which the coordinates for this are 323869 and 3351. So anywhere in between there is where I would look for price to go to. Current price is currently at 2686, and I've been trying to get price. I've been calling for price to get above 3,000 ever since it got down to that low back on May 23rd, and it started coming up. And I was looking at the algorithm, and I was thinking, this is looking good. It's going to get above 3,000. And it got really close, but not close. It got enough, you know, it got 2912, I think. So, still hoping for above that 3,000. Not only above that 3,000, but to, not the fib retracement here, come on, but to this box here, which would be 3238 or 3351. That would be amazing if we could get up there. I would definitely take, you know, a long, if I could, you know, on some leverage, and you know, just to see if I can get it up there and take it off. I did on Bitcoin just now, not too long ago. What happened was, here's the Bitcoin. I knew it was coming down to this little, 5-minute gap and this 15-minute, order block. And as soon as it went through it, I bought, and it came up here and it got all the way up here. And I had about, well, let's just say I had quite a bit, and then it started coming back down, and I had about half of what I did whenever it came up here. Because you got to think, whenever you have this, you have a large spread that you have to beat before you even start making money. So I was in the money up here, but then by the time it started falling back down, I just said, you know what, I'm not worth holding on to. It could come all the way back down. So I let go of it. I made about half of what I could have from it coming all the way up to here, but at least I made something, right? So but I should have held on to it, because I'm expecting Bitcoin to start breaking higher, because it did do that. But because of that, Ethereum should also do the same, because they both kind of follow the same footsteps. You just kind of do it in different ways, maybe different times. So we should see Ethereum, I'm not for sure, maybe even, let me see if I can't get even closer, look up on this, like, I guess that's kind of, yeah, I mean, this looks like a pretty good order block right here. Because we got these 3 green candles that overtook the one red candle and make it an order block. And maybe if price came down and bounced off of this, I don't know. It would be risky, but it would possibly be the time to put in a long, try to see if we can't finally get above and break that market structure to where Ethereum starts getting higher and higher. A lot of people are expecting Ethereum to have higher prices. Like I said, I've heard rumors. Some of those rumors were Elon Musk is switching to Ethereum instead of Bitcoin. That is one of the rumors. That's, I guess, probably what he tweeted. I don't know. Believe me, Elon Musk does not, and he's not controlling this whole thing. People think that everybody sits around all day and waits till he tweets, and then all of a sudden they sell all their money. No, it's not what happens. It's just usually what happens is that it's just coincidence. It really is. Whenever he tweets, it's usually at like some strange time. Like I think the last time he tweeted, whatever it was like right up here, and it was at a bearish order block, to where it was meant to be going downward. Like there was an order block over here, and it came up here and hit it, and as soon as it hit it, everything started falling at the same time. He's tweeting. So it's not Elon Musk's fault, guys. It's part of the algorithm. But I heard he's switching to Ethereum instead of Bitcoin. He's putting an Ethereum node in outer space. And then I also heard separately that he's building basically an infrastructure in outer space for internet to be free for everybody. The only thing is that you have to buy the equipment. The equipment would probably be somewhere around $500. You can put that on payments or whatever. But after that, after you get the equipment, then you have free internet. Maybe buying the Ethereum, putting it in outer space, a node in outer space, is part of this project. Maybe he's going to start building nodes in outer space, and then that's again part of the project. That's just me putting 2 and 2 together from 2 different things that I've heard from people. I think that would be absolutely phenomenal if that's what he's doing. If he is building a free internet by putting, Ethereum nodes in outer space, so it can basically travel to satellite faster. I don't know how this would all work. Elon's the genius, I'm not, but that would be amazing if something like that would happen. And yeah, those are 2 rumors I've heard. So, but for now, as far as what Ethereum is doing, I say sideways action until we hear some news. And yes, news will propel price in the direction of the direction that it needs to go. Part of what we do in Forex, I use the same formula in Forex, and it works. And we wait for certain new things to happen for our strategy, right? So, and the same thing with Ethereum. Not much is going on. Some people are buying. They're probably buying here at dips, but as you can see, it's not causing a lot. It'll push up, and then it gets to here, and then as you can see, that is where an order block was. If you look, that green candle is definitely an order block. And what does it do? It runs up into that green candle, boom, comes back down. And then we have the fair value gap, and it ran into the fair value gap. It comes back down. There's a fair value gap here, so it run into it. Now it's coming back up, and so it's just a lot of this is algorithm. It's algorithmic play right now, and there's not a lot going on in the Ethereum world as far as news. So that's why there's not a whole lot of push for anything. So see, look at all these fair value gaps and order blocks and whatnot, and drops into the breaker, and then, like I said, if it gets through this fair value gap and hits this order block, that might be the green light to buy, and hope that we can break through this cycle. But other than that, that's all I got for you here. Sorry I don't have any triangles or crabs or sharks or anything like that to give to you. It's just not what we do. All that stuff's ridiculous, and it's meant to take your brain away from what's actually happening. What's happening is price is looking for liquidity, and it's looking for it to balance. So, and that's what price is looking for here. It's looking for liquidity, and it's looking to balance, right? And these are just measurements, or kind of like technical the word I'm looking for, apparatuses to help you gauge where the liquidity is, and how it can get there. So like I said, liquidity is up here, and if this is what we're getting from Ethereum, like I said, we do have an order block down here. My guess is right now, the only guess that I have, we could come down here, hit the order block, and then go the opposite way. Like I said, with Bitcoin, I knew it would probably hit this and then go the opposite way. Now it is. That's what I thought would happen. We shall see. That's about the only thing I can say. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, please do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let everybody know that I'm out here trying to teach you guys something new, something you probably never heard of before. It's primarily in the Forex world, but it works on almost everything. It works on commodities, it works on the indexes, and now I'm learning that it works on crypto. And I think I might be the only person that's talking about it on crypto, and that's why nobody's heard of it. Especially in crypto. I've seen a lot of crypto people do a lot of TA, a lot of regular TA, but that TA is just it's your normal, run of the mill TA that, your what we call retail traders, right? Your retail traders that think of, a triangle forms, and your price is going to bounce off a triangle, a triangle that made out of nowhere, and it's, that's what's going to make price, that make it go to a certain price. It's like, no, that's not what happens. Or it makes a flag or something like that, or, and because of the flag, it's gonna, do this. It's like, no, what depends on it is, market structure. Market structure is your number one thing, and right now our market structure is we have a huge low down here, right? And we have a big high up here. Not a big high, but we have a high up here. A little bit more higher highs, but this is the area, right, that's holding the liquidity, and that's what price looks for. It looks for liquidity, so that way it can really release it into the market. That way smart money can take it, right? That's what smart money wants to do. It wants to take the liquidity, but it's trying to figure out how to take the liquidity. So, and I'm just trying to figure out what could possibly be the way it could. And I'm thinking possibly order block, and after the order block jump up, or what it's doing right now. It just hit the 5-minute fair value gap, or whatever. I think it may have been out. I'm in the hour fair value gap, and it could just push itself up. Who knows? It could just take off. So that's all I got for you guys. Thanks a lot for watching. And like I say every time, and I should close this show, always remember to wear the pants.